I was an employee of the Laura Ashley Company for 16 and a half years. In July 1984, I was asked to take charge of the Machynlleth factory unit until a new manager was recruited. This I did, and with a great deal of hard work, myself and the team of supervisors which were responsible to me saw the unit improve. In December 1984, Mr. Philip Metzger joined the company, the only senior manager during my time as factory manager to understand the make-through sewing units. He was for some time based at Machynlleth, but later moved to Carno. In July 1985, I was offered the position of manager. The unit was operating successfully, despite short runs and difficult styles. Efficiency was running at approximately 60 to 65%, occasionally reaching 70%, if we were fortunate to have some continuity of styles. The labour force was stable, and the labour turnover figure for 1987 was 23%, the second lowest within the company at that time. We had by now built the unit from a workforce of approximately 60 to a workforce of 100 people. However, in September 1988, building work commenced on the planned extension. Until December 1988, we continued to produce at an acceptable level, even though difficulties were now occurring due to dust and dirt inevitably causing soiling and seconds of garments. More and more bridal garments were being scheduled to us despite the situation. When we returned to work after the Christmas break in January 1989, we returned to unbelievable conditions. No canteen facilities, indeed, no floor in the canteen area, as building had been held up over Christmas. The employees had a makeshift canteen with tables in part of the factory. There were no office facilities other than part of the new bridal warehouse area. No senior manager director other than my own immediate superior visited the building at any one time during this dreadful upheaval. Morale was now going down, and quality was beginning to suffer. It was at this same time that the senior manager for the area decided to bring his own team of people into the unit. In his words, he would break the existing team. I could only put this attitude down to a jealous vision of what the company had in Machynlleth, which was team spirit and a desire to succeed. This was to me not the attitude of a professional person who should know that without a team, no game is ever won. However, the mission was successful. The team at Machynlleth were completely demoralised and totally destroyed of any confidence. Coupled with this dreadful situation, in May 1989, the work from the cutting room, due, I was told, to the computerised cutting and its teething problems, arrived late, and this situation went on until September. Numerous phone calls to the cutting room, memos to my superiors regarding the situation and the cost to the unit, a cost we had to answer for due to the incompetence of others. Targets which could not be met because we had no cut work, but were still expected to do so. My concern over the labour turnover was increasing, as indeed the figures were alarming. The last figure up to October, approximately 70%. Despite my repeated warnings that the skill was disappearing from Machynlleth, even to the point of discussing this with the then managing director to no avail, no one in the company wanted to know. Yet, Machynlleth were expected to have the skill to produce high-quality, highly skilled bridal garments. On November the 1st, John Simpson and Ian Hurst visited me at Machynlleth factory and informed me that the company had no confidence in my ability to manage. I asked the question of anyone reading this statement, could you manage under these conditions? To conclude this statement, anyone in the Laura Ashley company of today who care about people and treat the employees with a fair, firm and friendly attitude have no room in the management structure and are regarded as not suitable management material. The saying that was once well known, Laura Ashley the Caring Company, I'm sad to say, is now only a myth. And any company who have adopted the Laura Ashley attitudes of today do not deserve to succeed. Ian Hurst took away my factory keys and John Simpson handed me my termination package, and I was not to return. My dismissal was unjustifiable and done in a cold, callous way.
Oh, the workforce are absolutely vital to us. They guarantee the quality, they get the goods there on time. Without them, we wouldn't have anything to sell. The company is the workforce.
But you can please do feel free to be absolutely straight about your concerns. In order to provide some structure to it, I think what we should just start with is a general feeling about how you feel about how we've got to this stage, the sorts of things you've said to me about MDM.
I know what a devastating blow this was to this community, not just the whole area really, because it's a vital local employer. And we're all prisoners in a way of international forces and owners that in this case have not had sufficient regard to local concerns and the concerns of yourselves as employees.
One of my major concerns is of the skills, the expertise and the knowledge of the workforce that will be lost if we do not have some similar enterprise to take over that factory. I'm sure the Minister is well aware from other matters that he's been involved in that once skills are lost, they could be lost forever. Now that is one of my concerns. Another concern is that because Machynlleth is a particularly high has a particularly high level of unemployment, which is at the moment probably of something between 8 to 9% if we include the jobs that have been lost now. Now, the Minister, I am sure, will be aware that that is something akin to twice the double the national average, and it's certainly more than double the average for Powys. When we're sitting in Newtown here, we have an unemployment level of something under 2%. I think that's excellent that that has been achieved, and those that have accomplished that should be congratulated. But I would urge the Minister to do whatever he can to encourage proper and quality employment to Machynlleth, which is damn well needed.
I fully understand that. I fully understand what you're saying, and I agree with the points that you're making, and I'm glad that you said it as forcefully as you have.
And I'm sure that you are listening, Minister.
Well, I am. As obviously you'll be entitled to ask not just what am I listening to, but what am I doing about it.
Right, that was going to be the next question.
But there are a series of policies we've put into place. First of all, there's been obviously welcome investment on the east side of Wales, but we've got to get more of it westward.
The first suspicion we had was that Laura Ashley gave Malcolm Davis work for a month, which was Laura Ashley work. Now, after that came to an end, I can honestly tell you, and it's the truth, that we did have not tidy work. We were having work for 3 days of the week, 2 days of the week, and that was it. We could see it as a workforce. So I'm going to go one step further than Councillor Williams. I'm not going to ask you, Minister, I'm begging you please to come to our rescue, because it's a very sad day for us.
I'll do my best, and I appreciate
On this, there has been a certain frustration with being kept in the dark, which has come up lots of times. And in terms of the tech point, just to explain that a bit more, the tech seemed to gave many tens of thousands of pounds for training, but as far as I understand it from you ladies, the training was never actually carried out, and the money has never been paid back to the tech. So basically, MDM got a handout from the taxpayer, but they never actually used it for what they were supposed to. That's the claim.
Well, obviously, that's very serious. And I need to check on that.
There is another
I will also, sorry, I'll just respond to, I will also have a discussion next week with the DBRW to check what they are doing and report your concerns directly to them. Because obviously, we all have an interest in trying to protect all of your jobs and ensuring that there is a viable industry for the future.
Minister, obviously a great deal of local concern over the closure of this factory. What help can you give?
I'm very struck by the strong feeling, the commitment of the staff, and the way that everybody's struggling hard, given the way that they've been treated. We will do our best. We're working as hard as we can with the Development Board for Rural Wales, the Welsh Shoppers, using every opportunity to try and get the jobs back and make sure that everybody's protected.
One of the aspects of concern is the way that the sale was handled in the first place. Will you be trying to check on the process that was followed?
I'm very concerned about lots of aspects of this whole very sad episode. That is one of them, the way that the sale was handled. There are very many other aspects which are not happy at all. What we have to do is not just look back but look forward and try and create the circumstances in which we can get those jobs back, protect these excellent people who struggled over the years, worked with the company, and now have simply been left on the scrap heap. It's not good enough.
Yeah, well, the first question we would like to ask, has Sir Bernard received our letter? Did he receive our letter? And if he did receive our letter, why didn't he reply to us?
How do you generally feel about what's happened to Laura Ashley, say over a period of the last, say, 10 years, since the death of Laura?
Yes, it changed. It really changed. I've always told myself and my friends, the late Laura was a lady. She made sure the workforce was well looked after. That's why we finished on 12 on a Friday so that we could go and look after our families. And once she went, that was it. We had all gone. But it's taken longer for us to go than we thought we would go quicker, but everything went wrong. She was a lady.
Wel, Monica Atkins, i chi wedi cyfarfod gyda Peter Paynar, chi wedi clywed yma fe wedi gwrando arnoch chi?
S4C, yn rhaid i wyth.
Rwan ar S4C, merched Laura Ashley sy'n cael cyfle i daro nôl yn Taro Naw.
Fis Ionawr, fe gollodd Davina Roberts i job. Dros chwarter canrif ar ôl i Laura Ashley agor ffatri Machynlleth, roedd cwmni newydd wedi ffrynu am bint. Chydig dros 4 mis yn ddiweddarach fe ath y cwmni i'r wal. Fe geiwyd drysau'r ffatri ac maen nhw wedi cau o hyd. Heddiw yw'r tro cyntaf i Davina fynd nôl, i gael cepolwg ar y ffatri lle gweithiodd hi am 5 mlynedd.
Dwi'n ddim yn ei galon iawn weld o. A dim yn gwybod os ni'n ffactor eto.
Roedd 58 yn gweithio i Laura Ashley, un o gyflogwyr mwyaf ardal.
Beth am hwn, part-time cook, Machynlleth.
And you know,
Roughly £4 per hour, dependent on
20 hours per week, and then gweithio
20 hours per week, 2 full days.
Ie, 2 ddiwrnod.
Ie.
Gyda ni'n sians agos. Mae hi'n yn serious, mo.
Ond roedd cau'r ffatri newyddion mwy difrifol i rai na'i gilydd. Gyda 12 pint yn y banc, morgais o 200 a dim cyflog, mae Yvonne Jones mewn trwbl. Gyda 3 o blant, mae angen help llaw arni ar frys o rwle. Mae'n ofni y gwneud colli job arwain at golli'r tŷ, ac wrthi'n cysylltu a chymdeithasau tai.
Ble mae di gadw chi? Shit. Prynu'r tŷ. Trio plant. A dim gyflog.
Bythefnos wedi cau'r ffatri, ac mae pawb gorfod arian pan ath Merchants Design Manufacturing i'r wal wedi galw ei gyfarfod yn Aberystwyth. Mae'r criw'n falch o gyfle i gyfarfod. Rhain gweld eisiau rwtîn y gwaith, lawn gymaint ar arian. Ar hyn o bryd, sneb yn siŵr faint o'i harian gan nhw'n ôl. Na chwaith, beth i ddisgwyl ar ôl cyrraedd Aberystwyth.
Dwi'n gwybod beth sy'n blaen ni. Dim syniad fyd. Dwi'n rhoi wedi bod mewn siwrt sefyllfa o blaen ynddo. Gynnu ni'n syniad beth sy'n blaen ni.
Dych chi ddim bach yn nerfus?
Dwi wedi bod nerfus drwy'r nos. Rydyn ni'n teimlad o gennau ydy Gwener oedden ni'n cael. Gynnu ni'n syniad beth i ddisgwyl.
Gobeithio cael atebion i'r cwestiynau da ni wedi bod yn gofyn cyn heddiw a cael dim ateb gan neb. Gobeithio heddiw bydd y cychwyn o'i ddiwedd o Malcolm Davies.
Ers iddo gyhoeddi bod y ffatri'n cau, doedd neb di gweld na chlywed gan y bos Malcolm Davies. Heddiw yn Aberystwyth fydde'r cyfle cyntaf i holi pam i bethau fynd ar chwal mor gyflym. Mae Malcolm Davies yn rhedeg ffatri arall yn y de. Fe roddodd Laura Ashley becyn ariannol iddo o dros 100,000 o bunnau, a gwaith am fis am ddod i Machynlleth.
You put forward a business plan and intend to run the company as a going concern for 1 month. Because that's all you had orders for. Technically, it was for 1 month from Laura Ashley, wasn't it?
We were also putting work from the oldest spill from our factory. We made blouses, we made small blouses, and then we went out to get other business into the factory.
Oedd y gwaith yn llai. Oedd gen ti waith am diwrnod neu falle 2, dwi'n 2 diwrnod heb waith. A wedyn oedd beth o waith, oedd y waith.
Oedden ni'n meddwl, wel, mae yna rhywbeth yn mynd i ddigwydd, ynddi?
Ac yn diwedd fan oedden ni'n eistedd trwy'r dydd wneud dim byd. Dim byd o gwbl y dydd. Am y 3 wythnos ola. 4 wythnos o fyd.
Ond pam fath y ffatri i'r wal mor gyflym? Roedd Davina Roberts a Monica Atkins am wybod, ac yn ame pa mor galed driodd Malcolm Davies i gael orders. Ro'n wedi clywed fod y ffatri yma yn Merthyr Tydfil wedi cynnig rhannu gwaith y ffatri Malcolm Davies ym Mhort Talbot. Gwaith cyson yn gwneud siacedi. Tania Costigan gynigiodd y contract i Mr Davies, ond pan gododd i'r ffôn, doedd dim diddordeb gyda gen.
I remembered that Mal makes jackets, so I gave him a call at the beginning of December, and I spoke to his sales rep, and I explained the situation. He said, oh, we'd have to speak to Mal, and he'd come back to me. So he came back about an hour later, and he said that he was fully capacitated until March. They couldn't possibly take on any more work because they had no capacity to do it.
And they weren't for both factories?
Yeah.
For both, in Port Talbot and Llanidloes?
Yeah, they had no space at all, none whatsoever. So you can't imagine how surprised I was when I heard about what happened to you lot.
Ond roedd na surprise arall i'r merched. Grant o 15,000 o bunnau gafodd Malcolm Davies i'w ail hyfforddi nhw.
What training was given to the workforce at Llanidloes from the Powers Tech?
From Powers Tech?
Yeah.
Powers Tech paid.
Yes.
Powers Tech paid.
They paid, yeah. What training was given?
The factory was changed to lines. Different products.
There was no training given, Malcolm.
Gathoch chi retraining o gwbl?
No, nedo.
Unrhyw un yn eich criw chi retraining?
Nedo, nedo.
Gathon ni ddim retraining achos o gynnon ni'n dim gwaith yna. Wel, oedd o'n nonsens roed o, rili, beth bynnag, achos qualified machinist allai ti'n retrainio ni. Na, gathon ni ddim training.
Gwerth 15,000 o bunnau o retraining. Welwch chi ddim byd o hwnna?
Nedo, nedo, dim. Wel, yna'n gwaith na, i ni gael yn retrainio.
Si arall oedd fod Malcolm Davies yn gyfarwyddwr saith cwmni, ond oedd e ddim yn awyddus I gydnabod un o'r saith.
Can you please answer if you are still running the company D-Tart Manufacturing Limited?
Who?
D-Tart.
Never heard of a company called D-Tart.
Os nad oedd Malcolm Davies yn cofio enw D-Tart, y cam nesaf i'r merched oedd rhoi proc i'w gofe.
Lle iawn sy'n fan hyn, Name, ie?
Fe fydde'r prawf yng nghyfrifiaduron tir cwmnïau yng Nghaerdydd, a'r drothwy drws Malcolm Davies.
Cardiff?
Cardiff, ie. Send.
Oh my god, lle iawn sy'n mynd o'n?
Lle dyna ddim yn rhywun fe? What's the matter? Send, but show na to. Sgiw na, na ti.
Mae Malcolm Davies yn gyfarwyddwr cwmni D-Tart Limited ers 10 mlynedd.
Reit, swn lawr.
D-Tart, yn arbeth fan hyn. Pan bod o wedi dweud neu bod am yn gwybod i'n byd am hwn?
Hwna'n tyfaen nhw'n am blaen. Os yna fod i mwy plaen ein yna, llys.
Ne, llys. Na rhywbeth.
Allai ddim wedi bod o'n mor hyn bod I feddwl am hynna, llys. Dwi'n mwyn gwybod chwaith.
Dwi'n mwyn gwybod chwaith. Cedi bod I feddwl o'n gweithio ar ei dde.
Ar y dôl ers mis ac mae mynedd y merched yn dechrau pallu. Maen nhw eisiau mwy o atebion gan Malcolm Davies ac maen nhw'n barod I wneud lot mwy o sŵn os oes rhaid. Dyw Mr Davies ddim wedi bod nôl I Llanidloes. Bori felly, mae nhw am fynd i Bord Talbot i chwilio amdano fe.
Ydych chi'n meddwl Malcolm Davies yn disgwyl hyn, Bori?
Ne, dwi'n meddwl. Dwi'n meddwl bod os oes neb wedi sefyll ar ei traed negos nes ydy di wneud. A da ni'n mynd i ddangos iddo fo beth da ni'n gallu wneud. So well o ddechrau deffro a mynd i'r rhywbeth jyst yn mynd quick. A ffidio dod nôl, swn i'n dweud.
Ar y ffordd roedd rhaid gael o heibio i ffatri Laura Ashley yn Harno. Mae holl ffatrioedd y cwmni ar werth, a'r pybydd sydd gan ferched Machynlleth i'w ffrindiau.
Mae hyn yn mynd i ddod i gyd iddyn nhw. So bydden ni yma heddiw, da ni jyst yn deud nhw be mae nhw fod i wneud. Da ni'n helpu nhw, yn lle bod y mawr yn helpu'r bech, mae'r bech yn helpu'r mawr. I wneud yn siŵr bod nhw'n gwybod beth sy'n mynd ymlaen, ond dwi'n meddwl bod nhw'n gwybod ac yna ni lot o ffrindiau mewn manna enw i.
Beth ych chi'n meddwl ti mewn peryg o ddigwydd iddyn nhw te?
O, dwi'n meddwl bod nhw'n mynd i, ond un peth, fi rhaid nhw fod yn siŵr i pwy na nhw'n cael ei gwerthu. I wneud yn siŵr bod o'n ddim rhywbeth tebyg fel oedd gennym ni mal ddyfan.
Chi'n teimlo bod Laura Ashley wedi'ch gadw chi lawr erbyn hyn?
Yndan, yn gry iawn. Yn teimlo hynny, dwi'n credu bod ni'n gyd yn teimlo hynny, o'r dechrau.
With our heads held high, as we're not afraid of you, Mal. At the end of the day, we will make you pay for what you have done to our town.
Deirawr yn ddiweddarach ar merched yn cyrraedd stad diwydiannol ym Mhort Talbot, cartre un arall o gwmnïau Malcolm Davies.
The door's locked. Surprise, surprise.
Come out if you got nothing to hide, Howard!
Come out and face us, Malcolm. Don't be such a creep. Face us in person.
Dwi'n meddwl lot o sylw chi, na chi ddim
Dim o gwbl. Mae fi'n y clad y bech yn ofn erbyn nhw, achos da ni'n mynd i lawr fan hyn, ond da ni'n benter yno. Da ni'n wallgo. Mae'r gwaed yn berwi.
Wel, a ni'n mynd i gwtio'r rhaid, tian yr adi pedwar, right? There's a go behind there, the other's in the front. And then we'll have to watch these coming out at 5:30. Then we'll dwtio mewn yn hwnna, dyn ni.
Sa rhywun yna dyn?
O.
Yna ddau na fydd hwn.
Ie, wel, mae o yma.
O, mae'n siambls, man di.
Ydych chi'n disgwyl gweld ar ôl clywed beth oedd gyda ei ddweud doi?
O, mae camol i hun gymaint yn dydy. Mae wedi codi hunan fyny rhyw ddyrchafiaeth ofnadwy. A gweld hyn, mae'n anobeithiol, man di.
Ne, fan'na cha, Market Street.
Market Street,
So mae fel hyn.
Ond dyw Davina a Monica ddim di anobeithio. Maen nhw wedi dod i Linden ar drywydd un arall eto o gwmnïau Malcolm Davies.
O fan'na, dydy. Market Street. So, Regent Street ffordd
Pan ddath ei Machynlleth, soniodd Malcolm Davies am showroom oedd un o'i gwmnïau, Merchants Design, wedi agor yn Soho.
Make no mistake, our furs are fake. Hey, try here. Make no mistake, our furs are fake. It's interesting if you're not going to do that.
Ti'n di fyny? Oes?
Ie.
O, mae'n croesi ffordd eto. Mae o fan hyn, man.
O, ie.
Sorry. Thank you.
Maen nhw fewn, ond ddim yn siŵr beth i ddisgwyl. Nôl y Machynlleth, mae gweddill y criw'n dechrau diflasu. 2 o'r 58 sydd wedi cael gwaith. I'r lleill, mae pethau'n galed.
Yn himladau i fwyaf, dwi'n credu, di bod wedi ffeithio ar y teulu i gyd. Dim jyst y fi, mae'r bechgyn, acw sydd gen i, mae'r hynny. Yn eisiau wneud un peth, eisiau wneud peth arall, a mae mam yn gofod roed y brecs A cychwyn deud llwn i'n fforddio. Y car di mynd i garage o fi wan. O blaen, doedd o ddim yn broblem. Coeliwch i fi wan neu an. Colli'r ein ffrindiau, fwy na dim byd. O'n i reit falch pan ges i'r ffôn bore yma. A bod fi'n mynd i weld gwynebau, cyfarwydd a sgwrsio. Dych chi'n mynd teimlo ben eich hunain wedyn? Dych chi'n mynd teimlo hanner mor ofidus. Pan dych chi'n dall eich gilydd, mae problemau fel sen nhw'n lleihau, dwi'n gwybod, yn hymlad i di hynny.
Sa'n i gyd i'r peth efo'n gilydd.
Yndi, mae pawb yn yr un
Yndi.
sefyllfa.
Ti'n yn cychwyn o'n sioc yn doedd, ti'n gwybod. A wan mae'r sioc yn mynd drosodd, mae busnes yn dal na, di.
Yn Llundain mae Monica a Davina'n dal i chwilio am showroom merchants design. Ar y trydydd llawr, mae amheuon y ddwy yn cael ei arnhau.
It's empty.
Wel.
Showroom. Sa'n byd yma, mae ddigon o res ar y llawr. Driwn i'r drws. Yna gloch fan hyn. Hwnnw yn gweithio chwaith.
Ond fath yn neb wedi datab ti. Dwi'n lygodyn fach i'r llan ganddo. I'r ochr.
Wel, mae'r gloch wedi... Beth sy'n bod ar on? So ni'n deud wrth edrych fewn, fel ti'n meddwl? Mae rhywun wedi gadael ar frys fan hyn.
So ni'n dweud.
Mae lot o station ar ôl fan hyn, so mae'n handi iawn i ni bita.
Felly beth yw'r cam nesaf te?
Wel, gyda ni'r ffôn number mae ffonio yn does mon?
Oes. I weld beth ni chi allan yn de.
Fi ffoni bwy yw hwn?
Estate agents. Mae ar i awr ginio ar y funud.
Yndi. Mae'r bobl sy'n fewn fanna wedi bod yn anferth o ddewch o'n ni. Ond maen nhw wedi ffonio, mae wedi mynd i moyn cinio. Mae o'n fater treat, chi'n gweld, mae'n mynd i chi wan. Fel dyn ni'n meddwl mwy, achos dyn ni'n mynd i arfer ar beth fel un eddo. Ond pan eithon ni fyny a edrych fewn, oedd o'n drist ofnadwy i weld o.
Dwi'n meddwl bob dydd mae, falle fori bydd na job, ond mae fori'n dod a mae ddim job. A falle mae rhywun yn ffonio a mae'n ofyn i clywed am jobs o le chi'n ringio a mae'n disappointment wedyn mae'r job wedi cael ei cymryd.
Peth gorau lle ddigwydd, sy'n ni gyd yn cael gwaith yn ôl yn fanna. Os dwi'n credu yna beth ni gyd eisiau. A dim mynd ôl yn gryw bech hapus at yn gilydd eto.
Living in hope.
Ond lle ddeud, mae yna dŵr o siarad yn tŷ ni dyn nhw yma am fynd ffwrdd, pacio bags a mynd dros y môr. Rhoi fyny ar ardal. Dyn ni wedi byw a'n magu a trio rhywle arall.
Gan llath o Harrods a trio tynnu sylw cwsmeriaid Laura Ashley, mae Davina a Monica. Maen nhw'n bendant erbyn hyn dylai'r cwmni fod wedi holi mwy cyn gwerthu i Malcolm Davies.
Yes, could you do that in your own time? No? Okay.
Ar ôl 20 mlynedd y mwy o weithio i Laura Ashley, mae'r ddwy'n chwerw.
Sir? Yes.
What is it?
It's the plight of the Welsh workers. Please read it. Will you?
Embaras yw'r arf nawr. Stepen drws un o siopau crandi ar cwmni.
Gofyn i bobl wrando, beth sy'n digwydd i ni fel gweithwyr Laura Ashley yng Nghymru. Wel, Laura Ashley wedi mynd allan o Gymru cyn bo hir, a dim ond bod nhw'n poeni gormod. Gweithwyr Cymru wedi gwneud miliynau nhw dros y blynyddoedd. A swn i'n licio pwysleisio hyn, dwi'n siarad fel hyn, fel cwmni, dim am y ddynas ar ei sefydlio. Chos dwi'n siŵr sa'r ddynas i'r sefydlo, Laura huna'n dal y fyw, sa hyn beth wedi digwydd.
Dyw cydymdeimlad cwmni Laura Ashley ddim yn ddigon i Monica chwaith.
I mor benderfynol ag erioed, Monica, i ddal ati. Yndw. I wneud gymaint ag allan ni.
Nôl adre Machynlleth, ac mae Davina Roberts ar y ffôn yn syth i holi pam bod showroom Malcolm Davies wedi cau ar swyddfa'n wag.
Rental difficulties. They got into rental difficulties. Well, thank you very much for your help anyway. Bye. Wedi instructio bailiffs yn di fewn. A'r ddynas oedd yn gweithio yna, pan oedd y bailiffs yna, they just pico i bag a cyrraedd allan. So byd oedd ddeith ar fi, byd enw yma, y beacon yma. Bod ti'n suspectio lle doedd hi wedi cael ei thalu chwaith.
Interesting.
Ydy.
Ar ôl mis o ymchwil, roedd mwy a mwy o gwestiynau'n codi. A'r merched i codi am 4 y bore i ddod i Gaerdydd i holi Malcolm Davies. Fydde fe adre, a fydde na fwy o atebion nag oedd na yn y ffatri ym Mhort Talbot.
Faint o gloch di, wan? Faint o gloch ydy? Y cwarter wedi 7. Cwarter wedi 7.
Wel, dwi'n gobeithio bod o'r ola. Pwysig iawn i fynd fi am bore yma.
Gobeithio ddew allan.
Ond ar ôl 2 awr yn y glaw, doedd dim sôn am y bos. Aros ar gau, nath drws tŷ newydd hefyd.
Smart yn dio.
Pwy sydd wedi talu amdano fo?
Ie, na fe o'n i'n meddwl wan Eli. Wel, lla'n deud chwys ni, achos ges o ddim llawer o waith o fo i hwsi i allu wneud dim bres. Ond mod i gael bres o rwle yn handi iawn i wneud hwn.
Beautiful house, 3 o gair, a ni'n erbyn gwaith.
Ia. Ac y sefyll allan yn y glew fan hyn.
Ie.
Hello, Malcolm. Would you like to come outside and speak to us, please? We will be civil. We have tried to phone you, but the phone's off the hook. Please come outside to meet us.
Sa ddim respons o gwbl ma'n agos. Dim byd.
Dim ymateb
dim ymateb o gwbl, sa'n bywyd yna. Pawb yn cuddiad, swn i'n feddwl.
Wel, o'n i wedi gobeithio sef wedi ateb i ni, a wedi dod lawr a wedi siarad efo ni. Os nag oes gynno fo ddim byd yn erbyn dod i siarad, efo ni'n sydd bod ni wedi dod allan. Ond dio ddim wedi dod yn agos, dio wedi ifan agor y drws i ni.
Roedd Malcolm Davies adre, ond doedd e ddim am siarad. Roedd wedi cwyno wrth yr heddlu fod y merched yn tresmasu ac am roi stop ar y brotest. Yn y fan, Davina Roberts sy'n cael rhybydd fod rhaid i'r merched gadw draw o'r tŷ. Mae hi'n gweld ei chyfle i wneud ei phwynt.
It's just, like I said, and I'm being truthful, it's exposing the man to his neighbourhood. He's not coming to Machynlleth and doing this in Machynlleth. It's him that's phoned them. Good luck. It is him that's phoned them, and so he asked us why we're here, so I thought, go for it, tell him. And asked us how long we're going to be here. I don't know, do we? We don't know. Asked if we're going to do it again.
Don't know.
So I'm not being flippant, but we don't know.
Ddath Malcolm Davies ddim i'r golwg o gwbl. Ar ôl 4 awr, fe ath y merched adre. Mae ffatri Machynlleth yn dal ar gau. Mae yna 1 neu 2 o gwmnïau wedi dangos diddordeb mewn trio eto, ond mae'r merched yn dechrau colli ffydd. Falle i Malcolm Davies gael prynu'r ffatri am bunt, ond roedd y gost i ferched Ashleys dipyn yn uwch.
Mae di ddyfetha bywyd 58 o ferched yn Machynlleth a llym gadael ma'n neud o fel ato. Dim byd. Sgynna fo'm calon, nag oes.
Sold for a pound! 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 Sold for a pound!